Gainesville is a city with a big story, located in the northern part of Florida. It's home to the big university of the state, where something terrible happened. The city is known for its beautiful nature and exciting things to do, but the tragedy will fall. In the 1990s, Gainesville was shocked by a series of crimes that happened near the university campus, leaving the public traumatized and the authorities looking for answers. This is the story of the Gainesville Ripper. Best roommate friends, Christina Powell and Sonia Larson, always smiling and making everyone happy. They live together in the campus cozy apartment, sharing secrets and dreams late into the night. Their friendship is like a bright light, guiding them through college adventures. Christina Powell was so excited and happy about being accepted into the college that she received a gift from her father, which was a gold necklace. Unlucky for her, she didn't know it would be her last gift in life. One day, Christine called her parents to tell them how happy and good she is on the campus and how she's enjoying times with her new roommate, Sonia, and told them that she's gonna call them the following day. But the following day came and they received nothing as a call. And the problem is, they had no way to call her back because she had not set her landline in her campus apartment. Her parents start having some speculations, just for not thinking maybe something bad happened to her. And they already planned a visit to check their daughter in the campus the next day in Gainesville. As they arrived on the campus and went straight to Christina's apartment, knocked the door, but no one answering. The worries now is very serious for the parents. The door is locked, so they have to call the security guard for having the keys of the apartment. The parents stayed outside the building just in case. Moments after, the security guard quickly came out and started vomiting from what he saw. Christina's lifeless body was discovered, laying in her apartment, naked, stabbed, and sexually assaulted. Her dreams forever silenced by the cold hand of death. Her parents were in shock and devastated. Sonia Larson was also found stabbed and naked, lifeless body. Both they have been killed and subjected to brutal assaults. Their lives were taken in unspeakable acts of cruelty. Minutes after discovering the dead bodies, the police arrived and started their investigations. Later, it was discovered that the main door leading to the campus was scratched as if someone was trying to break it open by force, or maybe used a screwdriver to open it. The police were convinced that they were against a killer or a group of killers who did this on purpose, and if they didn't get caught, he or they can go in to kill again. After the murders of Christina and Sonia, Gainesville felt scared and sad. People were shocked that such terrible things could happen in their town. They locked their doors and were afraid to go out at night. The streets felt empty. But the nightmare wasn't over. Tragedy struck once more. Krista Hoyt was a super smart student in Gainesville. She loved learning new things and was really curious about the world, but the fate had something else. Her body was found in her apartment, also naked and stabbed and sexually assaulted. But this time, Krista Hoyt's head was missing. Her head was placed on the shelf, facing her body. More than that, her nipples were cut. This is absolute brutal. Now the public realized they were dealing with a serious killer or killers. The police were everywhere with dozens of police cars, thinking they could catch the intruder or intruders in case there was another attack. Many students left the city and many roomed up with each other for safety, and they started arming themselves with knives and stun guns, even with shotguns. And they were all worried about what might happen next.
I'm going to take her back home because it's too much of a risk.
A lot of people are leaving. Our whole dorm this weekend's going to be gone.
Many haven't left town, but an arrest soon would pacify this anxious, nervous community.
But it didn't work. 2 days later, Tracy Paulus and Manuel Taboada were bright students and smart cookies, sharing the apartment together. Manuel was a friendly and young strong man. He was known for his kindness and loyalty. As he is a good friend with Tracy, he promised her to protect her no matter of what. But on August 27th, his life was cut short in a brutal and senseless attack. Manuel was found murdered and stabbed in different parts of his body, and same for Tracy. and like other victims, her body was discovered in her room, stabbed and naked and sexually assaulted. The perpetrator made sure that most of his victims were killed in the same way, as if he wants to demean them. A few days later, Louisiana authorities contacted Florida police to inform them of a similar unsolved triple murder in Shreveport back in 1989, and the victims were 3 family members: Sean Grissom, 8 years old, and his divorced grandfather, Tom Grissom, and Sean's aunt, Julie Grissom. After Sean's mom reported the police that her son did not return from school and could be at his grandfather's house, Tom. So obviously the police called straight to Grissom's house, but no one is responding. The police called to one of Tom's neighbors to go and check if he is in the house. He kept knocking the door, but there is no answer. The neighbor tried to get into the house from the back door that leads straight to the house, and what he witnessed will make your spine shake. Tom's body was lying on the door, blocking the entrance to the living room. He had multiple stabs in his back and chest. Sean, the 8-year-old kid, was found face down in the family room, stabbed on his back multiple times while watching TV. And then upstairs was found Julie's body, the aunt, completely naked and stabbed to death. With the full police investigations in this triple homicide, Shreveport police remain this case unsolved for the lack of leads. Following after the news of the triple murders in Shreveport and the killing of the students in Gainesville was all over the country, a woman named Cindy, who lived in Shreveport for a long time, immediately called the police to tell them they really should take a look on a guy called Danny Rowland. Cindy was an old friend to Danny in Shreveport, which made Danny to tell her some freaky things. One day, after the triple murder of the Grissom's family, Danny told Cindy's husband that he had a problem, and his problem was he likes stabbing people. After this creepy claim to Cindy and her husband, they told him to stay away from them because they knew that he is mentally unstable. But in one of their recent conversations, Danny literally made some scary leaks about what he may do in the future. He told Cindy that he would go to a nice place where there is beautiful young ladies and he would keep an eye on them all day long and then stab them. At this point, the police asked Cindy if he is capable of killing the 5 students in Gainesville, and she replied without hesitation, "Oh yeah." So the police take it seriously and start looking into Danny Rowland's background. Danny Rowland was born on May 26, 1954 in Shreveport, Louisiana. His childhood was difficult because his father was mean to him and severely abusive, which led him to depravity and the world of robbery in the 80s, which ended in prison for a few years. But in 1989, he got released from prison and decided to move in again with his parents. But his parents did not want him at home, which made Danny get into a big fight with his father and shot him straight in the head right before he fled the scene. But miraculously, his father survived with serious injuries in his face. When the police got reported about shooting his father and attempted murder and they went to arrest him, he was gone and they have literally no idea where he is. After long investigations about Danny Rowland, detectives really found a lot of evidence and clues that matched Danny with the victims. 10 days after the Gainesville murders, there was an unsolved bank robbery there in Gainesville, and the workers in the bank told the police that there was only one masked man who ran with a bag of money. The police started searching the area very well till they found something unexpected. They found a campsite in a forest near the university where the crimes had committed, and what they found in the campsite will shock you. They found a bag of money that was stolen from the bank, and a screwdriver, and a gun, and audio recorder. Now the police have some proofs to investigate the crimes very well. They start with a screwdriver that matched with the markings in one of the victims' doors. But at this point, the police didn't know or have any idea if the campsite belongs to Danny Rowland till they played the audio recorder, and what they heard was unbelievable. They heard a man singing a song explaining how he can kill his victims and calling himself a mystery killer. and suddenly the person identified himself as Danny Rollin. More than that, they went on his military records that showed he had blood type of B, which is same blood type that had been found in the victim's scenes. Now, the police have a very high suspicion that Danny Rollin is the actual killer, and when they went to arrest him, they found that he already caught for another armed robbery in Gainesville. Danny Rollin has been convicted of 5 counts of murder, but with all the evidence presented against him, Danny denied all the accusations against him and said that he was innocent. But 4 years later, Rollin unexpectedly confessed guilty to all the charges against him and said that he killed all the 5 students in Gainesville. Also, he claimed his motive of killing was to become a superstar like the famous serial killer Ted Bundy. Rollin was diagnosed with antisocial personality disorder as he is mentally unstable. On April 1994, Rollin was sentenced to death until October 25, 2006. Danny Rollin was executed by lethal injection at Florida State Prison.